this thing going. Okay, I literally have not done a video in a little while, and I can tell you by tonight I'm feeling emotionally drained. I am really just out of it. I can tell you that right now. Let me rehash what's been going on the last few days. I don't know why I feel like a drug addict. I'm not that right now. I'm not a drug addict right now, but I feel like it. I feel like I am one. My life's very chaotic and crazy right now, and I really honestly would just like to hang out with a group of friends that I can trust and just, just cut my losses and it's like I would like to go running back to the people I used to hang out with in high school, and it's just the people who made me comfortable again. I just feel like I'm going to curl up in a ball, and it's just been really, I have not been doing good lately. There's been really hard, these been really, really rough times. It's just been really hard times right now. At the same time, there has been a few positive things happening. I will go over what those positive things are. But first, I want to say, last night was very draining in particular. For no particular reason. I had 2 nightmares back to back, last night. So, I'm probably gonna go to sleep tonight and get another fucking nightmare. These nightmares were very draining. Not your average nightmare. I mean, this was a nightmare. Like, this was fucking scary shit. Okay? So I go to sleep, and it was like Thursday, and everything wasn't going too bad, actually. Things were just fine. Everything was okay. But then I had these 2 nightmares, and it kind of seemed like the whole weekend just kind of like going to hell from there. And it's not the weekend quite yet. But I know it's Friday. It'll be the weekend tomorrow. But the whole thing just like went to hell from last night. And Friday is my day off from school and work. So I didn't do neither today. But I had a really fucking bad day. Okay. I'm going to start from the beginning with the 2 nightmares last night. So last night, I had a nightmare that my mom had a heart attack, and in my nightmare, I had to try to revive her, okay? So that was really fucking traumatizing and scary. And at the beginning of my dream, there's this one male rock star that I idolize, and I was with him at the beginning of my dream. I consistently have dreams about people that I idolize, that I'm kind of in love with them. I will admit that, not to look like a delusional fucking groupie freak, but I mean, I'm not afraid to admit it now. And the reason why I'm always having these dreams that I have with guys in it, and males and sex and everything, is because I am just starving for companionship right now. And I need that companionship in my life really bad. And I'm going to go to something else that also happened. And technically on Thursday, it was the day before Thursday, it was Wednesday. This all started on Wednesday, technically, because everything wasn't just fine on Wednesday. Everything wasn't okay, alright? Something else happened too. So anyhow, I'm not going to change the subject. I'm going to continue to talk about the dreams. So the reason why I consistently have dreams with men in them that are like maybe cuddling with me or spending time with me, or, guy back there that's on my wall. And the reason why I'm having those dreams is I really need companionship in my life. I'm starving for it. I'm lonely as fuck, and I'm literally, like, starving for that companionship, and I need that, and And I've went over this several times, but yes, I'm still a virgin, and shamefully, yes, it's like, my God, how long has it been already? And like, I mean, I will admit, this is the hardest time. One of the hardest times in my life right now is just trying to get my virginity broken. Is excruciatingly painful to try to go out there and pursue a guy or pursue a man, despite the encouragement that I've had from people. I posted a Craigslist ad saying that I wanted to seek encouragement for other people. I wanted their feedback, because I learned in one of my classes, if you don't have encouragement or support to reach a goal, it's going to make it very hard to reach that goal. So despite that encouragement and that support that I've had from the people on Craigslist and Yahoo Answers and Reddit, despite all that support that I've had, and don't worry, I haven't pursued any guys on Craigslist. I know Craigslist is a dangerous place. I know better by now. Don't worry, okay? So despite all of that, people coming together to support me, it's been excruciatingly painful and difficult, because I've realized that a lot of guys are animals, and I don't mean this to say that every guy is an animal, but there are a lot of guys out there that are animals, okay? And I'm realizing that, and I'm not saying that everyone is, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna give up. I'm not trying to say that. But I think I value my safety more, and my the sense of well-being, my safety, more than sleeping with somebody who is potentially diseased, or somebody that maybe I feel they have a tendency to be on the abusive side, or somebody that is kind of demanding. It's more important to find a guy who is compatible than to give myself up to some guy who is not compatible, who could potentially, I have a thing now that I think that a certain number of guys out there, I'm not saying that you are, and I don't want anybody to take offense to this, but some guys are just fuck jobs, okay? And I know it, okay? I'm not saying that you are, okay? I'm not saying that, but I know that, okay? I know that. And I am optimistic, and I'm pessimistic. I'm kind of feeling the yin and the yang right now. And I'll tell you why I'm optimistic in a moment. I have a huge Tinder update. Huge Tinder update. Something huge happened today that I really kind of broke out of my, I really broke the ice with someone on Tinder today, and I want to kind of briefly talk about that a little bit. Not too much though, because I'm not gonna put my neck out there. Anyhow, you can tell I'm very emotionally drained, and you can tell I'm just kind of really just kind of yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Fill in the blank, man. I'm just probably tired. You can tell how I feel right now. I'm just tired. It takes a toll on you, man. Okay, so anyhow, I want to jump to the point. I want to just go on about my dreams a little bit more. So I told you I had a dream last night that my mom had a heart attack, and I was trying to revive her. So, I wake up in the middle of the night. I go to my mom with that dream and tell her about it. I ended up talking to her for 2 hours. Had a hard time going back to sleep. And then I go back to sleep and have another nightmare. Because I had 2 in a row. And the second nightmare wasn't as nearly as bad as the first one. But it was still a weird dream. I was in Malibu. It was like a distorted version of Malibu. And I was like trying to dig through these like underground cellars where people were doing drugs. And I was like trying to dig through them. And it was actually not really a cellar. It was more of you dig through the ground and then you land in the ocean and everybody's on spring break and it's a big party. It's like you dig through the ground and people are partying. So maybe that kind of equates to how I'm trying to dig through ground, just dig through the ground to find a guy that is like somewhat compatible with me to kind of just like get past this virginity phase and just to, feel good about myself. Because I do not feel good about myself being a virgin, and I do not like it. And I don't think some people will ever understand that, sadly. People don't get it. And it's not that I'm being pressured at all. People, when you say this, people think you're being pressured. I'm fucking not. I admit the stereotypes about virgins do get me a lot. I'm not afraid to say that, I mean, I just need to move on with my life and lose it because I will hear about people fucking over and over and over again and how great this chick's sex life is and how great his sex life is. And oh my God, I will just hear about it over and over and over and over again from people. And especially on talk radio, I will hear about it. I will hear about it on TV. I will hear about it when I talk to other people. And I really just want to kind of like get with the program here. And I want to have a sex life of my own so bad. And I told you that whole companionship thing is driving me crazy. That I need companionship in my life bad because I'm like starving for it. I'm like trying to latch onto it. So I'm fucking miserable right now. I am not happy with myself. I am not happy with others. I'm emotionally drained right now, basically. I do not feel good at all. So, anyhow, enough of that. Like I said, I'm not going to give up, okay? No matter what, I'm not going to give up. I mean, once I get my virginity broken, once this happens and I can move on with my life and just be done with it. And I also said another thing is I don't want to lower myself to the point where I go with a guy that I'm not even interested either. Like, believe it or not, most guys my age don't turn me on. Turn me off. I don't want to lower myself to that point where I actually go with somebody who turns me off and just say yes and go with it. I mean, I don't really want to lower myself to that point. I want a guy that I'm interested in that turns me on. And I also really important to get somebody who's compatible. Not get somebody who has potential to be a bad seed, or a bad apple. I don't want to go with somebody who has the potential to be a bad apple. Because once you get involved, and there's no turning back. And I know that. So I am trying to be so careful, like you wouldn't believe. It is so painful to have this sense of I gotta watch out, have this sense of like you gotta watch your back all the time, like this sense of being your own bodyguard. You wouldn't believe it. It's fucking hard, man. It's not easy. Okay? And I mean, I want to see my goal get reached and not be a virgin anymore because I'm just so sick of it. I'm so sick of living with it. I mean, it's driving me crazy. It's really, 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 really holding me back in life. So I'm just so sick of it beyond words, and I just want to see it be over already. And I don't want to lower my dignity to the point where I go with somebody I'm not even sexually attracted to or sexually interested in at all whatsoever. I don't want to go that low, but I mean, really, it is like, I'm hauling an anchor with me everywhere I go, for God's sakes, whether I really realize it or not. And, once I get this over with in my life, I know that I'm going to feel so much better. And, honestly, once I have a relationship that's good, or, I mean, even if I have sex and the guy does leave me, or whatever, just the fact that I had sex, I can move on, and I can, there's sex toys, I can be okay with that. But the most important thing is I really need to have my friends around, because you don't have friends, you get fucking lonely still. So it can still be lonely if you don't have your friends too. That's the thing. Because the guy is probably going to bang me and leave me. I do realize that I'm not that fucking stupid. I mean, he probably is going to bang me and leave me, okay? So I'm not saying that to be 100% sure. And I mean, ideally, I hope that the guy would stay around a little longer, but I don't think that's going to happen. My gut feeling says that it's not going to happen. And, I'm probably not going to be all that concerned about getting another guy after. Or maybe I'll just maybe take it a little at a time and be able to maybe pace myself in getting another one. Or I don't know, man. All I know is I don't want to be a virgin anymore. I want to have sex. I want to have that experience. I want to have that experience in my life already, and I've been feeling this way ever since I was 13 years old. I really wanted to have sex even before I turned 13. The desire's always been there. And I really, I just don't want to be this person. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to be a virgin. That's all. And once I have it in my life, once I can say that I'm not a virgin anymore and I did have sex, it's going to be so much better. And I mean, I know there was oral sex too. Am I going to be able to have I'm going to be able to have that as well? I don't know. I don't know, because like I said, I'm just really just like numb right now, because I know that, let me just tell you something. I have male friends, and usually my dad's around, and I'm not gonna like make a pass at one of my male friends and embarrass myself. And I have several male friends. Some of them I'm more distanced with than others. Some of them I know better than others. Some of them are just managers from restaurants that have gotten to know me. And, I'm not going to make a pass at them and embarrass myself. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So, it's not going to be, life is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy street. I believe that I can reach my goal. I believe that I can get my virginity broken. But let me tell you, man, it has just been so painful, so excruciatingly painful, so difficult to get there. It has been so upsetting and just excruciatingly, excruciatingly, it's like an adversity, I mean, it's just been so so much. It's been heavy, man, okay? It has not been the easiest thing. And I'm still going through this. And this is going to be one of the hardest times in my life. I do realize that. And, I mean, I'm just really feeling like I don't trust men right now. I'm just really feeling like I don't want to trust you kind of feeling. Like, once bitten, twice shy. I'm just really feeling like I don't want to trust you. You know, like, I just don't want to put my trust in a man. I just don't want to. I'm just feeling like I really just don't want to put my trust in a guy. And then, you know, I just feeling like I really just don't want to trust anybody. Because, I mean, I'm sitting here with all these thoughts floating in my head, thinking that, you know, I said that some guys are animals. I'm just sitting here, all these thoughts floating in my head. You know, all these thoughts just floating in my head, you know. And so anyhow, enough of that. So I said something about the second dream. My mom and I stayed up for 2 hours talking about it, and then I went back to bed. Okay. Now here's the second part of Disaster Day. Disaster Friday. Here's the second part. There was Nightmare Thursday. Now Disaster Friday. Well, anyhow, my parents offered me to walk the dogs, so I go with them to walk the dogs, right? Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna say. Okay, I go with them to walk the dogs, and everything's fine until I go into Trader Joe's. I run into one of my friends that my dad and I have. My mom makes me run away from him because she doesn't want to talk to him, and my purse is in her car, so I have to go with her. And then she was telling me later that she was running from my friend, and I'm not going to say his name, and she tells me later she's running from so-and-so, and I'm like, oh, I know him, I really want to talk to him. So I do find him, and then we talk, and then my mom told me not to tell him, and she was running from him, and I didn't know what else to say, so I told him. Because I didn't think it was cool what she made me do. So, my mom feels like she needs to make amends and basically undo what I did. So, basically, that's why we talked to my friend for 2 hours. And then we go to the car. And my mom basically, is grilling me for answers as to why I did that, resenting me for doing that, grilling me. And she also said that I hurt his feelings, and it goes on and on and on and on until I admit a secret that was supposed to be my friend, my dad and I, he's both of our friends. But anyhow, my dad had a secret between that friend and him and me, and we were all supposed to keep that a secret. My mom pressured me until I admitted it, and I admitted it while my dad was driving the car. So, the whole time, we were giving each other a hard time the whole way home, my mom and I. And I know my dad's mad. I know my dad's just steaming, so I run out of the car. I literally, fucking run out of the car when my mom goes up the fucking driveway, and I fucking, try to head to the backyard and hide. And I go up to my dad, and I'm like, I know you're mad because I told the secret. And then my dad just blows up. Really shows that he is pissed off. Just, boom. And, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, because my mom pressured me and grilled me, and pressured me, and grilled me, and pressured me, and fucking grilled me, until I fucking admitted it. So there's nothing I can do. Okay? There's nothing that I could do for him. Because how many lies can I tell before it's over? It's not going to end the argument until I admit it. And it's not my fault. He doesn't understand that it's not my fault. It's not my fucking fault. It's his fault for opening up to our friend about his wife and talking like about his wife like that. It was his fault for doing that. And his fault for for basically, involving me and making it like this thing that's supposed to be a big fat ass fucking cover up and all this fucking bullshit. Okay? It's his fault, not mine. I was not at fault, and I did not want to admit it. I was not. My dad thinks that I did this on purpose, that I'm trying to fucking hurt him. And I'm trying to fucking stab him in the back. No. Okay? It's like my mom grilled me and pressured me until I admitted it. You fucking own up to it. It's your fault, Dad. Dad, you fucked up. It's your fault, okay? It's not my fault. Alright? So he's acting like it's my fault. He's been acting like it's my fault the whole fucking day. Won't talk to me, giving me the silent treatment. So I've been talking to my mom all day. We just went out and took a walk. And we were talking about men. And we were talking about my dad. Okay? And my mom views things differently from me, but I basically told my mom, hey, this friend that I have has had a lot of meaning in my life, and it's given me a lot of advice, and basically my mom has kind of changed her perspective on it, but I'm afraid that my dad's gonna go to my friend, tell him all this stuff, and then it's gonna be over. The friendship will be over, and I don't want that. I don't want our friendship to end over something stupid like this, because this is stupid. My mom couldn't just move on. In fact, it was none of her business. And she couldn't just, let it go in the car. And she was like, shouting out the fucking window. I had a really bad fucking day today, okay? I had a really fucked up day. Alright? And my dad and I usually don't, quarrel or clash like this. I mean, my mom took my dad down and took me down, and now my dad's been taken down, and my dad thinks it's all my fault. He's blaming it all on me. It's all Anne's fault, okay? And basically, what I did today is I made it clear that I am fucking sick and tired of keeping secrets, especially family secrets. I mean, if my friend told me a secret about his relationship, I can keep that secret no problem. I mean, if it's just something that you want to keep between you and me, that's personal, that you have, I can keep that secret. I'm pretty good at keeping secrets, okay? And I don't go blab out there for my own amusement or my own enjoyment. I'm not a gossiper. Please get that. Please understand that I am not a fucking gossiper. But if somebody pressures me and grills me and pressures me and me, especially if it's my mom, I'm going to cough it up eventually. Because I just want that person to leave me alone. Eventually I'm going to end up having to cough it up, right? Anyhow, it was a family thing. There's something in between family. And I just told my dad today, I'm tired of you making me keep all these secrets about your life. I'm sick of it. And I told him that. And now he doesn't want to talk to me. He probably thinks that, we're not friends anymore. He probably doesn't want to talk to me. He doesn't want anything to do with me. All because of this one thing that happened today. And I thought to myself, I was even hesitant to fucking go and take a walk with them and take the dogs. And I thought, damn it, I shouldn't have went. I shouldn't have gone with them. But the only reason why I went with them, the only reason why I went on that whole walk and did that whole thing is because I had those 2 fucking nightmares last night that kept me up all night. Okay? That's like the only reason why I went. I regret going. I shouldn't have went. None of this would have happened. Now my dad and I are at odds. There's like enemies right now. Okay? So, bottom line is, I really need to move out. Can I move out? No, because I'm not financially secure. I'm not financially stable enough. And another thing, my mom, we had a capital loss. Okay? We had a capital loss. Because my mom is an eBay seller. We had a capital loss. Somebody wanted to return something. It cost $1,000. You know who had to end up covering it? Moi. Me. Yeah. Out of my grants for college. I had to end up covering that expense. Yeah. So, that's when it really started this week. That's when it all really started. So altogether, it's just been a really bad week. And honestly, I've cried already. I was crying this morning. Honestly, this morning, I was crying. It's been a really ugly, bad, horrible week. To add on top of that, I also have a test next week. It's not just any test. It's the biggest test of the year. It's the exit exam that determines whether you're going to go on to the next level English. And I even got tutoring for it and then a mock test. If I don't get this stuff out of my mind, if I can't see past the drama, if I can't cope with what's going on at home and in my personal life right now, I'm not going to be able to pass that test and go on to the next level English that I'm going to go on. And, I'm not going to be able to focus. I'm not going to be able to. It's not going to happen. So because of all this, because of the sequence of events and everything, the chronological sequence of events, I may go on to lower level English all because of this. I have potential for the higher English, I do believe so, but I may not do as well on the test because there's just all of this going on. I'm very stressed out right now. I would fucking postpone the test if I could. But the semester is ending, so I can't. I would postpone the test if I could. I would. That would be ideal for me, but I can't. So, I have to be calm and resolute by Tuesday of next week, or else I'm gonna probably bomb that test. There's no fucking way, man, that I can pass that test. And that's the biggest test of the year. That's the thing we've been working hard for all year. There's no fucking way I can pass that test, man, if I'm not calm and resolute by Tuesday. Okay? So, it's just all a big mess. Okay? I wanted to talk about something else. On Wednesday, my ex texted me, okay? Now, it was a friendship that turned into something sexual that got, it turned into something bad. It's a friendship that got sexual that went bad. Okay? So, I've been texting him back because I don't want to be shallow. I don't want to be a bitch. I've been texting him back because I don't want to be shallow. I don't want to be a bitch. And he's a friend of mine, and there's more, but I don't want to go there. So, yes, he's a friend of mine, and he's a friend of someone else that I know that I don't want to go there. Okay? So, I need to stay friends with this guy, or else it's not going to be very good. I need to at least stay friends with this guy. So, I texted him back because I didn't want to be shallow. I didn't want him to think that I was shallow or that I was being a bitch. Okay? So, anyhow, I got so compelled that I ended up calling him today. And I told him what happened today between my dad, the fallout, and he told me he was going to call back in a half hour. He didn't. Okay? And I think I know why. Okay? He didn't call back. No. But anyhow, aside from that, I did talk to my friend who's younger than me. I was telling her about all this and what's going on in my life right now. I don't understand why I got to 2 nightmares. Everything was just fine before then. I mean, I don't know, man. I wasn't, like, it got really bad today. And the only reason why I went with them and walked the dogs is because I had 2 nightmares. I thought it would be good for me to get out and walk around, and that turned into hell. Hell. Just hell broke out. I mean, it's mostly because of my mom, because my mom made me admit those secrets that my dad and I had, and, you know, and my dad, basically, she pinned my dad against me. My dad has turned against me. I don't know if this is going to last the whole weekend. I don't know if tomorrow he's going to wake up and act like a new person and act like nothing happened. I just would hope and pray and want this to be over already. You know, I just want this to be over already, because this is, like, tearing me apart. And, I mean, this summer I'm supposed to learn how to drive, and my mom said that she'll teach me how to drive, especially if my dad doesn't, that we are doing something about it this summer for sure, and we are not backing down on that. I am going to learn how to drive this summer. I should have learned how to drive by New Year's 2016, but that didn't happen. I'm way behind. All my other peers know how to drive. You know, I ended up walking the dog around the block today all by myself. I usually never do that. And I was too scared to go on the next block. And dogs were barking everywhere. It was really, like, in a panic. I was in a frenzy, so I just turned around and went back home because I was too panicked and shaken up to go much farther away from the house than what I already was, because I was too shaken up and I was panicking. I'm 19 years old, so, you know, yeah. I'm old enough to take a walk by myself. I'm 19 years old, so. You know, if I could swap places right now, especially with him, if I could swap places with him, or just with somebody that I know has it better right now, I would love that. If I could just swap places with someone else right now, I really would like that. Just swap places with somebody. I'm feeling really depressed right now. It's obvious that I'm really just down and out. But anyhow, I'm gonna cut to the chase about what happened with Tinder today. I'm active on Tinder again. I first signed up for Tinder in about September, August of last year, and then got cold the hands and put down the phone, you know. And I uploaded new pictures on there, especially the ones with the makeup filters from Snapchat, and, you know, I can do that makeup in real life too. So, I did that, updated my bio, and, I got a call from somebody today. Somebody called me today, and, for the first time, I talked to somebody over Tinder, and it was interesting. I mean, honestly, I don't think that's really the right match for me. Honestly, I started getting a little bit scared throughout the middle of the conversation. I started getting really scared and, like, hyper, and it's not because of the fact that he's a stranger or anything like that. No, okay? It's not because he's a stranger or something like that. It's not because he's a new guy. It's not because he's a stranger, okay? It's not because of that. By the time he was talking about what his expectations were, okay? And I hate to say it, but by that time, I just thought, whoa, this person has high expectations. I don't think this relationship's right for me. I thought that, yeah. And did I want to admit over the phone? No. 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 somebody was calling me on the phone from Tinder, of course. Yeah, I think it was the same guy who called me earlier or something like that. I'm getting different phone calls. I got it all set up to Google Voice number, so guess what? I can turn the number off and stop the phone calls from coming. Yes, if I wanted to. But anyhow, there is another guy that I have, was going to be calling me. I think it was the same guy, because I saw the city, the same guy I was talking to before, because I saw the city, and I think it was the same person, because I think I recall the city being familiar, so he's trying to call me again. I do not think it's right, based on what he said, that he has this. I just felt like I was being choked, okay? I mean, I just didn't get good vibes from it. I just didn't feel that is right. He feels that's right? No. He feels that's right. He feels that's right. I'm not gonna elaborate into it, because then, if you're watching this, you know who you are, you're gonna figure out. I don't want to make it obvious that, who it is and everything. I don't need to make it obvious, okay? Like, I don't need to make it obvious. And like I said, it is not because he's a stranger. It is not because he's a new guy that I feel kind of scared. It's not the reason why. There were other reasons why. There was just something telling me in my head that this guy is not right for me. That I didn't feel comfortable. And I read on the internet, huge dating tip, if you feel uncomfortable for any reason, then it's not right. And I'm also smart enough to not give any of my fucking personal information. Okay? And of course, over the phone, am I gonna tell you something that could potentially make the conversation go south? Especially when it's the first time we're talking? I don't think so. Okay? And he also wanted to hook up tonight. And I said no. And I came up with every single excuse possible as to why I wasn't gonna hook up tonight. I really justified it in a lot of ways. And I'm gonna talk to my dad about this when he feels better, because right now he's really just basically with me right now. Just doesn't want to talk to me right. Hates my guts momentarily right now. When he's over this, when he's over what happened today and the whole secret and everything, when he's over it, I will talk to him. I will get his feedback. Definitely do not think this guy's right for me, based on what I've heard. And it's like, yeah, Tinder. So I broke the ice. So that means I have another guy who wants to call me and talk to me. So that means that I can talk to another guy. By the way, there is nothing wrong with boning guys, making them hard, making them excited, turning them. There's nothing wrong with turning on guys. So I don't see anything wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that part of the equation. Nothing wrong with that. And yeah, but I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. And I know that I'm a virgin. Am I gonna say that first time on the phone? No. Am I gonna say? I mean, he was asking me something, and I said yes, when really the answer is no. And I figured, oh my god, I just lied to this person. I should have told the truth. Because, tell him later, it's like, just the fact that you weren't honest, and then they go on, have this explanation, and they go on, yeah. So, I don't think that's gonna be a really good, strong relationship for me, based on what I heard. And I'm actually kind of scared a little bit, because I don't think that it's gonna turn out very well, just based on what I heard. And I'm not gonna go into it. I'm actually kind of scared right now, because, I mean, I know not to disclose personal information. It's like, where do you live? And I'm like, I'm not gonna say where I actually live. I said town, like, near, but it's like, oh god, you know, I mean, online is just so risky. It's like, it takes such a chance. It's like, I know it's literally the only fucking choice that you have. If you're single nowadays, the only other choice you have is a bar or some dating club on meetup.com. And most of those things I can't even join. I can't even go to a bar. I can't even join most of the clubs on meetup.com or go to a bar, because I'm not 21. So I'm at a real disadvantage in that respect. And my mom's like, let's just wait. No. I need companionship in my life. My ex is calling back to me. I'm responding because I know I need that companionship. I know I need a man. I know I need it. Okay, I really need companionship. I'm starving for it. And plus, I just really want to get my virginity broken and get it over with and get this fucking thing out of the way. You know? So it has been... Yeah. I mean, once I do get this virginity thing out of the way and I do get it broken, I just plan on, like, basically, like, just being, just relaxed and, like, I mean, I think I should stay active in the dating world, because once you withdraw from it, it is so hard to get back into it. I think I shouldn't completely withdraw. I think that's an extreme. But I think, then I can really, like, reflect back and decide, okay, what do I really want? And maybe, like, go from there. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Because sometimes it's just such a drama. And I know sometimes it's just so emotionally draining to try to relate to other people and communicate what you want. Sometimes it is just so emotionally draining. And it literally fucking takes the life out of you sometimes. Especially the communication is not good. Especially, you're trying to communicate one thing, he's trying to communicate another, and you don't agree, you don't see eye to eye. It can be draining the life out of you. It can really drain the life out of you, okay? So, I mean, sex is the thing I want, obviously. And for every guy, sex is the thing I want. But most guys want a little more than that. Some guys really want you to kiss their ass a little bit in return. I'm not really down for that. I don't really want to sit there and kiss somebody's ass. But some guys really want that. In return, they want you to kiss their ass. Okay? I'm not really down for that. I don't really want to sit there and have to kiss your ass in return. I don't want to do that. I felt like the phone call I had tonight. First it was going good, and then it was kind of like with the big claws coming out at me, and kind of like told me what the truth was about what he's looking for. And, I mean, listen, man, I'm pretty open-minded. But you know what you want, I know what you want. I mean, you know what you want, I know what I want. And I'm not gonna go into detail. But I didn't feel very good. I mean, some things didn't settle with me well. Some things just did not strike me very well. And, I started getting scared, yeah. Especially when I hung up, I realized that this wasn't a match. Especially after I hung up, I realized that, I realized, I was like, God, this isn't a match. And this has the potential to be really good, and then it's gonna fall and be really bad. This has the potential to be either good or bad. And there's going to be negatives and positives with everyone. But I realized that it just simply wasn't compatible. I realized this guy is probably not compatible with me. It's probably not going to work out. And I realized that, yeah, for me, he thought it was going to work out. He thinks, I don't think so. Based on what I heard. And, yeah. I mean, I don't want to say never to anybody, because I hate saying never, to people. I hate that. I mean, I can get real sexual on the phone with you and almost like have full-on phone sex. You wouldn't know I'm a fucking virgin. You wouldn't fucking know. I'm not, and that's not the first thing I want to tell people. Because most people, for some that's a turn on, for some that's a turn off. I know about a lot of guys that it turns them off. And there's some guys where that really turns them on. My ex is okay with it. Some guys that really turn them off. Okay? So I know that. It's really not the first thing I would say. Especially not the first thing I would say. So, if I can just reach my one goal that I have to get my virginity broken and have sex, and whether that person wants to stay in my life or leave me and not stay in my life, from there, I'm going to be a lot more happier. I'm going to have a lot more self-confidence. I think I'm going to have a lot more self-control. I think I'm going to control my anger, and things should improve in my personal life. And the result should be pretty good. That I have a lot more self-control, that I, can, and from there, it should be about, there's nothing wrong with more good hookups. Nothing wrong with that. More good guys to bang. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, I mean, I can still experiment with that if I want. Okay? And then from there, maybe it might be something more serious. I don't know. It could be. Okay? So, I'm just gonna live my life after that and try to carry on. And I know right now, basically, I'm in distrust mode. I'm not wanting to trust any guys, and I'm kind of like thinking, all this stuff. It's not necessarily true. So, I'm just really feeling like sometimes relationships are a waste of time, and that it's really hard. As a companionship thing, it's really hard to know what you're getting into. And there are bad seeds out there, and there are bad apples out there. It is really hard to decipher which ones are bad and which ones are good. And I think before I try to go beyond my goal of my virginity broken, once I do reach that goal, and after that I try to live my life and live my life beyond that goal that I have, because that's just like the first step of the whole stairway, is to really just work on my judgment, because I need much better judgment if I'm going to be seeking real and genuine companionship. I mean, I want companionship. Sexual companionship is mostly what I'm looking for right now, because I'm going to get my virginity broken really bad. So it's that kind of companionship that I'm looking for right now mostly, and it's driving me nuts. It is making me a miserable person, because I don't have that in my life. And I notice that other women are. And I see that, and I see that, and I see that, and it makes me miserable. It drives me nuts. Crazy, okay? The whole thing just drive me nuts, okay? This jealousy of other people's relationships, it goes on and on and on and on. It's disgusting. Okay? So, like I said, after I get my virginity broken, nothing wrong with working on my judgment now. I've really fine-tuned a lot of my judgment, okay? And first time, I don't want to fuck up. I don't want to get an STD. I don't want to get pregnant. And I really want to ideally find a guy that values safe sex a lot. Okay? Well, that's what I'm really wanting, and I hope I find that. And he's got to wear a condom, and he's got to get tested. Hopefully he will get tested. Cooperate with me, but I know a lot of guys aren't willing to get tested. They give you a hard time, and like, no. Oh, a lot of people don't want to get tested, I know. Okay? So that's hard to find somebody who actually wants to get tested and wear condoms. Like, that is tremendously difficult. It may not be realistic, so I gotta think about that. If that's not realistic, then how do I work with that and still reach my goal? Because it could still be a long time yet that I'm a virgin. I hate to say that, but I mean, that's the truth. So, anyhow, I don't really want to get pregnant the first time, but I just have that feeling that I am going to get pregnant. I have that feeling, man. I just have that feeling that this guy's accidentally going to get me pregnant and I'm going to fuck up. I have that feeling that it might happen to me, that I might become a victim of teen pregnancy and parenting, that I might fall victim to it. I have that feeling. It's so hard to let that go. First time I have sex, I gotta let that go, but it's like I have a feeling and it just weighs down on you. And if I can make it, listen, look at it this way. I can make it out of it without getting pregnant. It'll be an accomplishment for me, I can make out of it actually not getting pregnant, not getting STD. If I can make it out, wow, that would be such an accomplishment for me. I mean, and after that, I really need to work on my judgment, because like I said, I really want to find companionship out there. I need to work on my judgment. I need to have better judgment. I need to have good judgment. It's crucial that I have that. I need to make sure that I have that. Because I want to be experienced, I need to make sure that I have that. Because it is so important that I have that judgment. I need to really, and I mean really work on that. Because if I don't work on that, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble, man. And it's just been hard enough to get to my first goal. I am miserable right now. I'm depressed. I'm really sad, okay? I'm not happy at all, okay? And I'm pessimistic, but at the same time I'm feeling optimistic, because I got my first guy who called me off of Tinder, and that's a really great feeling to know that you've gotten that far and that you've accomplished that, okay? And if it was a match, it would have been a hookup. I still don't know. Maybe he'll come around, maybe I'll come around. I don't know. But so far, I'm not getting good vibes from this. not getting good vibes from this. I mean, I know I turned them on and everything. I know. Okay? I'm not getting good vibes from this, though. Really. I'm not getting good vibes from this whole thing. So, I just have a feeling, slight feeling that this guy will not be concerned about what my needs are. And, it could not be good. So, I mean, I know how careful I need to be, and it's draining. It's kind of emotionally draining to know that you need to be so careful, just like emotionally draining. And I'm relentless. I literally will not stop. I want to reach my goal. I don't want to be virgin. I will not stop. I will not give up until I find that person who's going to break my virginity. I will not stop. I will not give up. And that person, hopefully, is going to come around the corner soon. Because I'm really not that picky, especially at this point. And I just really more want somebody who's laid back. Not somebody who's going to be like really possessive of me or anything, or trying to be the boss of me. I really want somebody who's laid back. Okay, that's what I want more than anything. Because I don't need somebody to like try to put stress on me. Like, you cheat on me, this and this and that, it's gonna happen. Like, wait, you haven't even gone out yet. Wait, I haven't even had sex with you yet. It's like, whoa, I understand where some people want to be monogamous. I understand. I keep saying I really want to move on from my last relationship. I do. So, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep trying. And I know that it's probably going to be during the summer. Probably not going to be anytime now. It's probably not going to be this month. Might not even be next month. It could be next month. Could be, but probably not. But sometime this summer, I know it's going to happen. I'm going to get that virginity broken. It's going to happen. Because I'm going to keep trying. And I told my mom that I'm going on my first date soon, and it didn't. It might be sooner than she thinks. I still have not told my mom about my ex-boyfriend. And I don't know if I ever will. Like, she still thinks that I haven't had a boyfriend yet, and that's not true. That's a fucking lie. I have had a boyfriend. And he is not my ex. Okay? So, I haven't even gone out on a date yet, because I never dated him. We just always talk on the phone. It was kind of a long distance relationship in a little way, but not really long distance, because he worked around here and he lived like probably 20 miles. He lived like 20 miles away and works around where I live, so it was sort of a long distance relationship in a way, because you're always trying to do stuff behind people's back in the room, be calling me at work and all this stuff, yeah. But anyhow, I'm in a hurry to kind of get in a new relationship because my ex is calling back to me, and I'm responding to that. And it's not good, because, like, I need to get involved with someone new. So, I did not feel that Tinder call was a match. I didn't, because I just felt uncomfortable by the time I hung up the phone. I just felt really uncomfortable. Like, this wasn't right. That's not going to stop me from letting other people call me and trying to pursue other people. That's not going to stop me. Because I want to try. And I realize that this is online dating. Shit like this is going to happen. Not everybody's going to be a match. This is online dating. I'm going to try to keep an open mind and use other websites besides just Tinder too. Don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Anyhow, I'm done with my rant. I'm just barely holding on. I gotta hang in there. Gotta hang in there until the end. And I hope my virginity gets broken. Because, my God, it is not even the feeling of being pressured by the media or other people. No. It is me. I have a desire to do that. I want companionship in my life. I'm starving for it. I really need companionship, okay? I need sexual companionship, more importantly than just the companionship of, I really need that sexual companionship. I really, somebody just have sex with me, just, get over with. Yeah. I'm not saying I want to get raped. Oh my god, don't come to conclusions about that. Ugh. Yeah, totally get my consent. Please do not. See, that's what I was afraid of with some of these guys on Tinder, that they might just kind of like get into it without your consent. That's what I was afraid about, was some of these dudes on Tinder. It's one of my biggest fears. It's what I'm a little afraid about. Because, man, you haven't got tested. You got an STD or something. If you don't get my consent, you're just gonna go right ahead and give it to me. That's not cool. You get my fucking consent and let me say yes. You ask me. Yeah. So I'm afraid about some of the guys on Tinder. They might not be very aware of the fact that both sides need to give consent. That's what I'm a little afraid of, and I'm watching out for that. Really, more than anything. That's like one of the number one things that I really have to watch out for, especially being a woman. And you realize how fucking emotionally draining this is? This is coming to a point where it's not even, it's fun, and yet it's not fun. It is fun, and it isn't fun. It's pain and pleasure kind of thing. Because the pain is knowing what all the negatives are and making sure that they're up to specs with you as far as everything you're looking for, all the qualities and everything. It's just, that's the pain. The pleasure is what you get in the end, is sex or whatever, if it's a match, if it works out. So yeah, I'm telling you, I am beat. I'm tired. It's just not great out there. I mean, it probably is, but I'm just not seeing it or something. Okay? But my goal is to get my virginity broken. After that, I may not be so active anymore. Who knows? When I get my virginity broken, I may not be so active in the dating world temporarily, or maybe I may be a little bit more low profile after that because I know I got it over with. I got my goal. I got what I wanted. I may be a little bit more on the low after that. I don't know. Because I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to be a little bit more on the low after that for maybe like a little while. And I might not take the extreme to not look for anybody anymore and still look for people, but just try to know what I'm doing. Try to have good judgment and everything. Just trying to have that good judgment and trying to know what I'm doing and to be able to reject people, because I need to be able to reject people. I need to be able to say no. I gotta have that. That's a vital skill. You gotta be able to say no. If you're uncomfortable with something, or that something's not right, you gotta be able to say no. I know that's so difficult. Anyhow, I'm gonna go now. It's not gonna be... I mean, my mom talked to me and I feel better. I feel better, but I mean, I am not happy in my life at the moment. Really not. I hope things get better. Shit. Yeah, I hope things get better. Alright. Yeah, I'm not really looking for love at this point. It's not what it's about. It's not what it's about, really. But anyhow, we'll see what happens. Hopefully my life can change just like that, and that would be great.